fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Buffalo Bills. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And he was absolutely sensational throwing the football all year long, better than 40 touchdown passes. That means he made good decisions, and his team trusted him with the ball. So I can't imagine a scenario in this game where they change their philosophy. If they trusted him in the regular season, they're going to trust him now and let him turn it loose.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the play.
Now it's Burrow. And he is caught. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Bengals first down. It's a gain of 10.
A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Now, this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And when you think about his performance this year, you have to have nothing but admiration the way that he passed his team into the playoffs. They threw it around so well in the regular season, but in this game, the elements may affect them. I think they'll continue to fling it around until the weather slows them down, and if it doesn't, they'll continue to show the style that they've shown throughout the season.
On play action, Allen. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Allen going to throw. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 4th down. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now it's Burrow. Completed out left to Dobbs. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Here's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker.
Yeah, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan there on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Throwing now is Allen. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To the air. Allen. Quick slant to Shakir. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 28. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And out of bounds right around the 20.
At the 20-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Shakes off the sand. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
To throw, it's Allen. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 14.
Allen now looks to throw. Touchdown! Khalil Shakir, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bills will strike first here in this wild card matchup. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was all polished off with a Khalil Shakir touchdown catch. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down at 7.
Brings up second and 7.
On the Jets sweep, here's Chase. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. An inside give, Brown. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. The tight end in motion right.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On the ground, it's Taj Brooks. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That was Terrell Bernard navigating his way to the backfield and dropping him for a loss. Now Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And it'll be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Now Allen. Shakir hauls it in. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Now Cook running right. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That's another Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
A loss of 2.
Now Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This is Brown on the draw play. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Open man is Palmer. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And the Bills
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
at their 49-yard line.
2nd and 7. Here's Allen to throw it. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson.
6 yards.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you, and welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen in Orlando, where it almost never snows. These two teams dealing with a light dusting, and that's expected to go on into the second half. Who handles it better? Let's go back out to the stadium and check in with our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thank you. The snow is continuing to trickle down here as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working, but they run it more effectively. They may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Able to slither by. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
Got the defense on their heels. 2 first downs in a row, and now a pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up
From the gun, it's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run it. Here's Cook. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
Gain on the play. That's another Bills first down.
Option play. Here's Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Second and 11.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun. Allen. And that is incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try to get some points.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's the linebacker, Matt Milano, getting up and stopping him for a loss. Another run for Brown on 2nd down. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Right back to Brown. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
That's good for a Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
In motion right, Dobbs. Now they show jet sweep it instead, a run up the middle here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
The Bengals first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 45 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A run out of the gun with Brooks. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line.
That's good for a Bengals first down.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he's got it down to the 28. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 22. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Ball start, offense.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
That's another Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 14.
They give it to Brown. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
10 more yards. He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. He's going to keep this again, and he is going to lose yardage here. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
Loss of 3 brings up second and goal.
Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, it's complete. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal.
A 2-yard pickup brings up third and goal.
Brooks. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on fourth and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Brings up second and 5. At the 23.
Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Allen going to throw. That is caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 21 yards there on third down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Second down and 3. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. They run it again with Cook. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. A give to Cook out of the gun. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they? I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, We're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.